execute.
And now we're going into the game, the first match on the final series of the day. Echo going up against Fire Flux Impunity.
All right, let's run it back one more time here. Because when I was looking for Sanford in the draft, he's very true to himself. He wants to fight. He wants to get those kills. I was thinking maybe even a Benedetta might have been a better option for him instead of the Terizla, because at the end of the day, Melissa is going to be able to kind of keep that Terizla back, keep him at a safe distance.
Oh, very interesting here, because I'm looking at the minimap and it looks like Yaoi is starting the orange buff early, so they really want to make sure that Carl TZ gets through his farming phase very fast, because right now he's already level 3.
That's right, and they're going fast enough away. Yaoi, the playmaker, barely gets away, and they also secure the Little Wonder. Now Apex is in trouble. They're gonna pop the roamer from Turkey. One more hit. Oh, he forces the flicker, but Carl TZ still gets it, drawing first blood.
Man, those plays, that's just world championship level, man. Like every angle, there's just no way you can get out of that if you're in FIMP's position, right? Like what can Fireflux realistically do? Even if you flicker in the opposite direction, you're still going to die at the end of the day. But it's great to see that Carl TZ, he's not hungry for those kills. It's either they will come to him or somebody else will carry the game.
It's just been 1 minute and 30 seconds, but a lot has happened, and one of it is the fact that Carl TZ is on this landslide, actually starting with a Steel Lake Plagues, which usually we see Molten Essence or maybe even like a little bit of damage, but here, Echo, they're actually trying something very different, going up against Fireflux Impunity, which is very interesting.
My theory is Carl TZ understands that he is the thread. He is what keeps us all together. So if he's able to survive a little longer, then yes, maybe, because Molten Essence does give you HP, but Steel Like Plates, that's an ungodly amount of armor for such little gold.
Yep, they're going to get on top of the turtle right now, and I think this is where it gets a little interesting, because at the end of the day, Carl TZ isn't the one who's going to initiate. The rest of his team want to get aggressive.
Oh, Alien starting off with a Black Dragon form, and a penalty zone by Sanford. Turtle goes over to Echo, and they get the shield, they get the damage. Kazuya already down, Alien very low, just a fourth of his health, and they disengage.
Right now, starting the game, Echo already with a 1,000 gold lead. Might I remind you, it's only the phase of the game where everyone is getting their level 4, already with a 1,000 gold lead. That's actually quite a lot, and we can have to see the way that they're rotating. Medicuting has gone.
There's a hook by Apex, not much of a follow-up. Can't capitalize.
Yep, I love the fact that Yaoi is mirroring Apex here, but he's not direct. He does get the catch. There's an instant counter reaction if we do see Fireflux wanting to capitalize on these picks. And even so, at the end of the day, it's going to be about the neutral objectives. That's why we're seeing Carl TZ wanting to maintain his level lead against Kizue.
Right now, I want to open a conversation. The changes in the jungle, extra 5% gold in the jungle creeps. Right now, you're looking at Carl TZ's rotation, even invading Fireflux Impunity. What do you think about this?
So far, I think it's a great idea, right? Maintain this level lead. Give yourself the biggest amount of advantages, because fighting around these neutral objectives might not necessarily be the greatest thing in the world for Echo as soon as this game starts dragging out to the 8-minute mark, arguably even 12-minute mark.
And that's going to allow for him to make the most of that early pair of pants, right? Yes, you do pants now, but you can eventually still catch up. You can go farm so fast and push away Kazuya and make it not matter at all.
Yeah, with 1.4k gold lead, I kind of feel like a lot of the gold lead is on Carl TZ, because even look at the level difference here, level 7 going up against level 6.
See?
Right now, again, I kind of feel like this is the snowball happening where you're taking away, but Yaoi pulls in.
Put the DJ down on Akira, and he could not respond. Quick pick off in mid.
Disgustingly good coming in from both Sanji and as well as Yaoi, giving no opportunity to fight back here. Ooh. Now, as much as we say that Carl TZ has that gold lead, right, let's keep in mind that Sanji almost very recently, before that kill even happened, got his Clock of Destinies pre-4 minutes. That's an early Clock of Destinies. And then he finishes off the Magic Penetration boots as soon as he gets the kill.
I feel like what's crazy here is, like, across the board, everyone from Echo, they have a level advantage. Whatever rotation they've been doing, it's really helping everyone out. And I kind of just believe it's not them getting too big of an advantage. It's all about denying advantage. Sanji goes in.
Oh, and just takes out Kyura like that. And now Kazuya is in trouble. Apex 47, can he save his jungler? The answer is no. Sanford gets a kill.
Ah, what an uncanny rotation coming in from Sanford, right? He decides to sacrifice at least 90% of the gold plating just to make this happen on the bottom side of the map. Now, they have a very clear lead here, unless Apex, no,
they continue the pressure. Apex, still up, not enough damage. Benny says no.
Look at topside though. Yuzong, he's finally getting a little bit of gold for himself, but he's basically out of this game.
Right now, looking at the situation, I think Sanji is thinking about it. They just want to pull everyone away. Sanji gets pulled.
Apex with a hook and a bite down gives the kill over to Sunshine. Benny does get a push in exchange. Alien up top, forced to use a Black Dragon form. I believe he's losing that 1v1. Sanford's still here, and they're just going to try to clear these waves.
Yep, Sanford, he's just abusing his level lead. He's rotating faster, clearing faster in a matter of fact, and unfortunately, Alien is just one step behind.
Looking at the situation, it does feel like Echo, they're taking the calculated risk because they're like, okay, right now, Sanji, just show your face. What we really want is the bottom turret. There's always a chance that Sanji will get pulled, but trading a life for an objective, a structure, I think it's always worth it. So I kind of feel like it is more of a calculated risk, whereas like there is a risk one of us is going to die.
That's right. Heroes respawn.
It's always good.
Stars don't.
Exactly. And now Sanford.
Very low. Sunshine goes and used the goal.
Wow.
But there really wasn't much. Couldn't take down Carl nor Sanford.
Couldn't react in time. Could not react in time.
Negative synergy.
Yeah, I mean, it's negative synergy, but let's not forget that Sanford, technically he shouldn't be here. Like, even for Fireflux, they recognize that, okay, they're going to lane swap right now, but no, all of a sudden Sanford shows up at the top side, and now the fight.
Oh no, Cura! And he does help out to get a kill, but Alien is going to fall, and eventually that's 2 for Echo. And here, an attempted steal. Oh, Carlthese does eventually still get it. No, wait! Kazuha secures!
I gotta say, I'm still looking at what happened just now at top. I have to look at it back because I kind of feel like it's a very interesting interaction where the go away is actually pushing Carlthese towards the wall. So the Iron Hook, even though it did connect, but it was like, no, you can't move because you're stuck against the wall. So I was like,
so all sorts of movement is stopped by go away.
Yeah, so that's what I was like, huh, interesting. A little bit of a negative synergy, but it looks cool. It looks awesome.
I mean, there's a bunch of these, right? We have seen even during C games that Kufra is able to kind of shorten the distance if he starts buffering the ability. So at least we know the interaction is very dependent on displacement effects.
I've learned for you to do that, you need tough boots. And now Yaoi with the conceal is looking to flank. Alien goes in. So far, everyone's just like, okay, let's clear the minion. If we see a path, we're going to go for it. If not, then it's all right. Reset, try to find resources somewhere else.
Right now, Fireflux, they're going to have to take a back foot on a lot of these objectives here. Echo is really far ahead. It's 7 minutes, about to turn 8 with a 4.5k lead. And especially at this level of competition at an international tournament, that is a gigantic lead, especially for their laners, right? Out-leveled, out-gold. Even if you want to go for these one individual plays, it might not necessarily fall in your favor.
Look at this, Turkish Delight getting set up. All 5 members here hiding in that bush near the purple buff. Not gonna leave them much, because I think Echo knows Carlthese did not overextend here. Gonna attempt one. Here's a pull right in the purple buff. Apex 47 popped by Sanji. That's a man down for the Turkish squad.
And right now, just with that one loss, Echo is looking like they can push forward.
Oh! DPZ, that's a deep penalty zone, plus a blazing duet. That's already 2 down in that single engagement, plus a push by Echo.
Beautiful. Sanford literally waits for the very last second. It looks like he's about to touch the ground before he flickers.
I think that's an EXP laner's wet dream.
Yes, it was definitely my wet dream for sure. I'm going to be thinking about that tonight.
Given the Kadira, it's very wet.
Oh, yeah.
Woo! I mean, it's some hot stuff here, but let's keep in mind that Echo, every single move that they've made, they forced something out of FIMP. Going into the purple buff. Oh, we managed to get Kazue's retribution. Now he can't fight for the neutral objective. We go deeper in. Early rotations coming in from Sanford to guarantee the lead for Benny QT as well as Carlthese. And now look at this. All of that early game setup, making sure that this Lord is basically impossible for FIMP to even get close.
I gotta say, man, from the early stages of the game up until right now, every single bush, it feels like it's Echo's bush. Every single time you want to check for vision, every single time you have the attention of finding farm, you're gonna get punished. And I think that is that's the biggest difference maker here, because Fireflux impunity, every single time they're moving, they're gonna get caught.
Yeah, I think Echo here is making the most of this 9k, almost 10k gold lead. They are translating this financial advantage into space. Because again, they have better face checking. They have better vision, given the extra defensive items that they're rocking, compared to FIMP, who has to very safely rely on the hook.
Oh boy, Yawi, he loses out his flicker here, so that's one tool gone. Now, maybe FIMP can do something.
Oh, Black Dragon formed by Alien, and there's Muddles dropped in. Very low, forced to use the rough waves on out. He does survive using the Petrify as well. Here comes Alien, and here comes the Clapcap from the Turkish squad, and Sanford very low. There's a damage, and he goes down. Sanji as well. Sansan is down, traded out for Alien, and look at this, the bite down by Apex, and there's another hook. The Turkish are going insane. That's 3 down already. Make that 4. The GOAT has fallen. Fireflux Impunity on fire.
This is why every single time we see this Turkish delight, their version of the Ube, their version as Junior Blacklist, they know how to high ground defense like no other.
Yo, shout out to Apex 47. We're gonna check back the replay.
Hookman.
Not just Hookman, man, but he saved the ult for Betty Cutie because look at this, Apex 47, the green light. He still has his ult. He's saving it. He's like, wait, there's one member missing. Cross is winning, but look at his Betty Cutie. He was shut down. He was suppressed. After that, it's game over, man.
He literally said, nothing personal, kid. Flickers behind him just to get the bloody hunt down. And this is just raw preparation from the side of Fireflux Impunity, right? Great preparation. They know the habits of Echo.
I just gotta say, man, just now the goalie was almost like, what, 10K? Now it's 4.4.
Cut in half.
Cut in half. That's how big that team fight was.
I mean, it's huge shutdowns all across the board. Altizi ended up dying there. Sanford ended up dying there. More importantly, Sanji ended up dying there.
Dude, look at the Lord advantage. Negative 3.6. Negative 3.6. I mean, sure, they got a lot of push, and that is amazing. Don't get me wrong, but this does show that Fireflux Impunity now, they're breathing in life a bit.
Yep, I think that's step 1 in maybe a 4 or 5 step process. Grand Theft Purple here committed by Carl Teasy. That's 1 charge, pleading guilty. Given that, 10 seconds away from this Luminous Lord, I think a penetration is in check, given that FIMP have yet to take 1 turret, so they still need to work on their waves.
Well, let's keep in mind, the last time we saw Echo actually push it and lose out that high ground fight was all because, well, Yawi, he did have his flicker available, but everybody else, their battle spells were not ready to go, so they couldn't force out the play. And with Yawi not catching somebody with a Divine Judgment means that they had to pull back, but they were confident. That's when we see Fireflux Impunity start abusing them. Whoa. And now, playing the map on their side, calculating it down to the very last pixel. Well done as they claim more gold and scavenge this game back.
Honestly, I like it because I kind of feel like taking the Lord now would be very, very risky, so might as well take a safer objective. And I kind of feel like they want Echo to push in because as we saw just now, they have the potential of countering. They have the potential of actually making or forcing mistakes from Echo. So they want this.
Early concealed by Yawi, Lord trampling in, and there's a flicker! Apex pulls just a save! And Alien survives along the way! A man down for Echo! They still have the Lord, but FIMP already looking great in this defense.
That was, I don't know what to say about that.
Was that not as clean as hook?
It was
the cleanest save.
It was one of the cleaner ones, but it looked so it looked like it went right through Yawi, and then he walked right back into it.
Don't tell me you feel cheated, man.
Oh, no, not just yet.
Right.
Not until we see the replay in slow-mo. One more time.
All right. Just messing with you. But yeah, Leo, like, that was an amazing defense.
It was. And yeah, they did lose 2 inhibitors, but in the end, I think Fireflux is happy to at least get something along the way. Here's another instant replay. All right, you asked for it.
Okay, here we go this time. Let's see if my old eyes can catch this in time. So we do see Yawi actually flickering forward. Yeah. Oh, he dashes into the hook right at the end. If he just didn't dash, it would have been totally fine.
You have good eyes, by the way.
Thank God.
Very, very good eyes.
This just speaks of how well Apex understands the physics of the Iron Hawk, but now Yawi looking for revenge. Oh, Black Dragon formed by Alien. Not gonna lead to much here. This is not a good engage.
Yeah, I mean, nothing to worry about. Still 70 more seconds until the next Lord comes back up. So I think even for FIMP this time, they can just wait it out, get their cooldowns back online, and then look to fight. Because again, no inhibitors, so you can just wait for the waves to push into them.
Right now, we're living in the moment, but let's look into the future, right? Like, what are both teams looking for right now? Because it is very clear here that Yawi has been, I would say, the linchpin of getting any of those engages, except for that one moment when Sanford with the flicker, crazy engage. But again, it's like they want to engage, they want to start something. Fireflux Impunity, what are they looking for?
Personally, for me, I think a lot of this comes down to the conditioning, right? Fireflux Impunity, they understand how Echo has been moving, how their general play styles are going to look like. And considering that it is that step-by-step process, all you got to do is figure out what step is Echo on right now. Yaoi has tried multiple times, so keep your eyes specifically on Sanji or Sanford. They might look to make one of the bigger plays here for this next fight.
And that just translates into the ecosystem, right? You have to understand where you are on the food chain.
Yup.
And right now, Echo is still on top of the food chain, but slowly but surely, Fireflux Impunity are crawling back up. And here they understand the dynamics. We still have to stick to the Turkish delight altogether now. And I think the way that Kazuo is positioning himself, he might actually want to contest. You wouldn't do this. You wouldn't hide yourselves here if you weren't going to contest.
FIMP is walking up here. They know that maybe if somebody overextends, they could get a pick, but they know that they can't take a full 5v5 so deep outside of their base. They might as well just go back, wait until it starts pushing into them. Remember, they still have the Melissa on their side. Their high ground defense, honestly, is not that bad.
Yeah, right now, actually looking at the situation, 3 straight wards in a row. Fireflux Impunity, they let Echo I love this. I wanted to talk about this, but freezing the lane in your own base. I love this because you're forcing Echo to come in, and you're actually stacking your own minions, but now that the minion is coming in, Echo, how will they start this fight?
Oh, that's the minion. Big Lord coming in. Pura going for the pull. Alien stacking the Sha Essence. Here comes the Black Dragon form. Yaoi with the conceal. Playing footsies with the rest of the Turkish squad. Oh, and they put Sanji down very low. Alien still up. Sustaining. They're going to lose an inhibitor here. Alien all the way in. Deep behind enemy territory. All the while Easy just dashing on through. Making a signature right inside their base. Alien's going to fall here with a blazing duet by Benny Cutie. That's a man down for Fireflux Impunity. And they're still here. It's not like Echo is in full health though. Sanford very low. Does have an immortality. That's a disengage. The Turkish have defended.
I mean, they've defended for now, and I gotta say it's very impressive. Carl Teasy goes in, didn't actually hit the damage onto Sunshine. Looking at the base, it's very dangerously low, but even Echo, they're like, we have 9k gold lead, but why can't we go in?
No. This is all FIMP right here. Alien bought a ridiculous amount of time, and more importantly, got the passive out of Sanji out as early as possible, including the rough waves. We did, as expected, see Sanford try to make the play, but the follow-up damage from Sanji was not there. He already expanded all of his abilities, and Benny QT is just getting body blocked time and time again by either Kazue or even for Apex, because again, Apex, he's holding that bloody hunt for if Benny QT oversteps his boundaries.
At this point, man, I gotta say, it is time for Echo to kind of like show their mental fortitude, man. Because at this point, you've been trying for quite a while. You got a lot of gold on you. This is one of those situations where you could tilt, where you're like, okay, come on, what else do I have to do?
And at some point, this all-in dive comp is going to hit a ceiling. And I think so far, Fireflux Impunity have figured out that ceiling. They're like, all right, they can only do so much, especially inside our base.
Absolutely, especially when they're playing a traditional front to back, right? You hit the front line, and as soon as you get rid of them, you move in towards that back side. Now, looking at Sunshine's items earlier, he is in a very good position. He can chunk everybody from the side of Echo. He is a problem that Echo needs to answer almost straight away. And if FIMP is able to kind of stagger the abilities, force the resources on different sides of the map, they have a very good opportunity to take a full 5v5 outside of their base.
You were talking about positioning, man. Look at the positioning of Sanji right now. Sanji and Yaoi, they're waiting. They're waiting for someone to try to get this push and then try to burst them out very, very fast. Speaking of which,
oh no.
FIMP has been letting go of the lore so far. Will they do the same for this one?
Oh, well, I think Carl Teasy knows. Carl Teasy knows that they're going to go for it quick, and that FIMP will know that they will go for it quick, but just the same, the Magic Sentry didn't spot G and Wei. They didn't spot this duo from mid, but look at this. Looking for an engage. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, flickering, and the goalie, they punish the playmaker. Yaoi is down. I repeat, Yaoi is down. Alien does draw a line going in straight, but Echo secures the Lord. Oh.
Apex looking at Sanji, and right now, Sanford goes in!
Penalty zone for 4! Make that 5! Apex falls! And that's gonna be 1 immortality up. Sanford does pay the price. Apex go down. Then Cutie and Caldeezy deep behind enemy territory.
Oh no!
Down goes Sunshine. Benny Cutie gets 2K.
No, that's so unfortunate. FIMP played that so well. They got everything out of Echo, but at the very end, that split second of thinking, I could turn this around, cost them the game.
Echo takes game 1.
Oh
What?
my goodness.
A first game in a